This is URK 19CS1093, experiment number 3, classes and objects. Second question. Imagine a toll booth at a bridge. Car passing by the booth are expected to pay a 50-cent toll. Mostly they do, but sometimes a car goes by without paying. The toll booth keeps track of the number of cars that have gone by and of the total amount of money collected. Model this tool booth with a class called tool booth. The two data items are a type unsigned in to hold the total number of cars and a type double to hold the total amount of money collected. A constructor initializes both of these to 0. A member function called paying car increments the car total and adds 0.50 to the cash total. Another function called no pay car increments the car total but adds nothing to the cash total. Finally, a number function called display displays the two totals. Make appropriate member functions const. Include a program to test this class. This program should allow the user to push one key to count a paying car and another to count a non-paying car. Pushing the escape key should cause the program to print out the total cars and total cash and then exit. So let's see the program. So this is the program and the package name of the program is question 2 and import java.util.scanner is to implement the scanner libraries. Then our class name is tool booth. Inside that we have declared an integer variable called n and the double variable called amt. And this is the constructor where n will be initialized as 0 and amount as 0.00. And these are the functions. First is pay car function where number of cars paid will be counted. The number will be counted and n will be incremented by 1 and the amount will be incremented by 0.50. Next function is for non-pay car, that is in which the non-paid car where the number only will be incremented, that is n will be incremented by 1. And using display function, we'll display the total number of cars passed and total amount. Then moving into the main function called toll, we are declaring a new object called car1 in the class name tool booth, and we are initializing string c equal to yes and declaring choice as in. Using a do while loop, we are entering the options. First is uh, enter the option paying car, non-paying car, display. That will be stored into SC. And using switch case, we'll take case 1 as car1 dot pay car and we'll call the pay car function, and break 2 is for calling the non-pay car function, 3 is to display, and if it is no, and C is initialized as no, and break then default. If the user enters any invalid option, it will show enter an invalid option. And coming out of it, then using if condition, we'll check whether C equal to yes. Then we will ask the user whether he wants to continue or not. If he enters 1, it means yes, it will start again from the beginning. If it is no, then it will print, it will come out of the program. So let's see the output. So here I'm entering 1 paying car. Then do you want to continue? Yes. 1. Again I'm entering. Again I'm entering paying car 1. Yes. Then I'm entering 2 non-paying car. Then do you want to continue? Yes. Then I'm printing 3. Will display the total number of car passes 3 and the total amount is 1.0. Next question. Write a menu-driven application to perform the banking operation using Java. Your application must contain the following functionalities. Use constructors, getter, and setter functions whereas required. In the menu, given option for account creation, balance, inquiry, deposit, and withdrawal. Do not allow to withdraw money if the balance is less than or equal to 500. Initialized balance must be minimum of 500. So let's see, go to the program. So this is the program. Package name is question 2. Import java.util.scanner and the class name is ATM. In that, we'll be initializing these uh, variables like username, password, balance. And these are the two constructors. And Next is get underscore username. This is get function where we'll return username, return password, and return balance using get function, getter function. And using setter function, we'll set u1 as the value to username, p1's value as the entered password to password, and entered balance by the user to the balance using setter function. Then comes the account creation function that will ask the user to enter these details, and we'll check whether the entered amount is, if it is greater than or equal to 500, then the amount will be stored into balance, else it will print not possible. The next function is balance inquiry, where it will print the username as well as the balance present. And inside the withdrawal function, it will check whether the balance is less than or equal to 500, and if the condition is true, then it will print minimum balance reached. Else, it will ask the user to enter a value, and it will, using if condition, we will check whether that amount modulus 100 equal to 0. This condition is to check whether it is a multiple, if the amount is a multiple of 100, and if this condition is true, then the balance will store, calculate balance minus amount, and we'll store that value into balance. Then it will print the remaining balance, and else it will print the amount should be 100 multiple of 100. Try again. Then coming out, next function is deposit function. Then we'll ask the user to enter an amount that he wants to deposit, that will be stored to dep, and we'll add this deposit to the balance. Then coming to the main function, class is called bank. In that, we'll have a object called ACC1. I will declare it inside the class ATM. And using a while condition, if it is true, then it will print the options account creation, balance inquiry, withdrawal, deposit. And that will be stored into the options will be stored into the variable called n, and we'll be checking the conditions. If n equal to 1, then it will go for account creation function. If it is 2, it will go for balance inquiry. If it is 3, it will go for withdrawal function. Then if it is 4, it will go for deposit function. Then after this, they'll ask the user whether he wants to continue or not. If his choice is 1, then it will start again from the beginning program. If it is no, then program will end and it will bring thank you. So let's see the program. So here I'm entering the account creations. I'm entering the name, then password, then amount, then whether asking yes or no, I'm giving yes. I'm giving 2, balance inquiry. It will show all the balance inquiry details. I'm entering yes again. I'm entering 3. I want to withdraw 10,000. So the remaining will be 40,000, and again I'm entering yes. I'll print 4, and the amount I want to deposit is, again it's asking whether you want to continue yes or no. I'm giving 2, that is no. So it will print thank you. Next question. Write a menu-driven application to maintain the student grade sheet using Java. Your application must contain the following functionalities. Use constructors, getter, and setter functions. For each student in your application must have the details such as name, register number, department, specialization, semester as basic details. For each student, maintain 5 subject details as subject name, subject code, mark, grade. Calculate the grade for each subject based on the mark. In the menu given, in the menu gives the user option to add, edit, delete, or display the student grade details. So let's go to the program. So in this package name is question 7, class name is student, and we are initializing all these variables like name, register number, department, specialization, semester, mark, subject name, subject code. And here mark, subject name, subject code will be declared as arrays. And this is the constructor, and we'll initialize all these things inside the constructor. Then coming to the this is also a constructor where we'll keep student name equal to into name. We'll store registration number into reg number. All these details will be stored into the particular variables. Then using get a function to get the, this is a function called get grade, where we'll initialize sum equal to 0, and using a for loop we'll get each mark less than 5 using the array, and we'll add it to the sum. Then we'll find the average, and if the average is greater than 80, it will print A. If it is less than 40, it will print C. Else it will print B, and it will print the grade calculated as whatever the user enters. Then using a set subject name, that is, it's a where name will be stored using a setter function. We'll be keeping the name, storing this name into this dot subject name. Likewise, we'll store the subject code n into subject code, m into mark. Then we'll get the sub name, and using getter function, we'll return the subject name and return the marks. Okay, now moving into the main function, we'll import java.util.arrays. This because we are using array libraries. Then inside the main function, we'll create an object array, in class array equals student with size 50. And in the object array 0th position, we'll be storing all these details. In mark also will be for object dot 0th position dot mark, we'll be storing these details, and object dot 0 dot subject name will be storing all these details. And we'll be initializing I equal to 1 and ch equal to 0. Then using a do while loop, we are printing the options as 1 add, 2 edit, 3 delete, 4 display, and 5 exit. And we are declaring local float array, a string array, and int array for local mark, for the marks, then subject name and subject code to be stored. And using a switch case, we'll be entering all these details from the we'll be asking to for the details from the user. And using a for loop, we'll be getting using a for loop, we'll be getting the names of subject, then subject code and mark from the user, and will be stored into all these local sub name, local subcode, and local mark. Then coming out of the for loop, it will print, that is, in the object of ith position, local subname will be stored into the subject name. Likewise, local subcode also will be stored, and local mark also will be stored into the object array of ith position. Then it will print array.toString object of ith position dot mark, print the mark. And it will also print call the function get grade object of ith position dot get grade, and I will be incremented and breaks. And then in case 2, we'll be initializing flag equal to 0, and we'll ask the user to enter the register number which we wants to the register number whose details he want to edit, and that will be stored into regn. And using a for loop, we'll be getting we'll check the condition. If the object of array array if the array object of jth position not equal to null, then if this condition is true, then it will store it will check whether the object of jth position, or array object of jth position, reg number, if that value is equal to the entered register number. And if it is true, then it will print student found, and it will print the name also. And when it initialize flag and 1 will be value of, and will make flags value as 1. Then it will print 1 as name, register number, 3 department, specialization, semester, to ask the user which choice he wants to edit. And inside that, we are creating a switch case. In case 1, if it is name, then he can, if he enters 1, then it will be name and he can change it and it will print change successfully. Likewise, case 2 will be for register number to changing the register number. 3 is for editing the department. 4 is to edit the specialization. 5 is to edit the new semester. And if it is default, it will print check your choice. It will break and come out. And if the flags, if I'm checking a if condition, if this flag equal to 0, then it will print student not found. Then case 3, in that it will print enter the register number you want to delete. So now the asking the this is to ask the user to enter the register number whose details should be deleted. So he'll enter and that will be stored in the reg number, and using a for loop we'll get it and check the condition. If the array object of mth position not equal to null, then we'll check whether the entered register number is equal to the number present in the array object of mth position. And if it is true, then we'll store the array object of mth position value as null. Then it will break, and then case 4 comes where new string, that is to store the subject name and marks, will be keeping one string and float variables s name and m, and using a for loop we'll check the condition. If the array object of pth position not equal to null, then it will print all these things name, that is the particular persons. There might be a lot of students details, so if it is like for example p equal to 0, it will print 0th student, or student whose details are there in the 0th position of the array will be printed, like name, register number, department, specialization, semester, all will be printed, and get subname, that is the subject name, will also be printed, and marks also will be printed. And then break. Then case 5 is to check ch equal to 5, that is for the exit condition. Then default, if the user enters any invalid choice, it will print check your choice again, it will come out. And while if ch not equal to 5, if it does not exit, then it will start again from the beginning. So let's see the output. So here I'm entering add a student, where I'll add name, register number, department, specialization, then semester second, then the subject name is A, subject code is 190, B 3, mark is 89, C subject code is 4, mark is 78, D subject code is 5, mark is 67, then E mark is so all the marks of the subjects entered will be stored inside an array, and the as we have seen in the program, sum and array average will be calculated, and the grade will be printed, that is grade calculated as A. Now the option which I'm going to give is to edit, that is enter the register number of student I want to edit. So I'll give 91093. So here so they have given the name of the student, student whose register number the user have entered, that is Jemmy. And here I want to edit the department 3. So I'll enter 3, and the department which I'm entering is agree. Okay, now I'm taking option 3 and asking for the register, so I'm giving 1093 as the option, and so that will be deleted, and I'm giving 4 as display because only one student's details I have entered and I have deleted that student's details. So when we give display, nothing will be displayed, and I'm giving 5th option, that is exit, that will exit from the program. Thank you.